Hello there.
Hey, I'm back. Actually, reviewing a show I've watched. I went back and looked today, and it turns out I haven't reviewed a show since Strange New Worlds, which is crazy to me because there were so many shows that I planned on reviewing here, but just couldn't get around to. Real quick, good, not as good as the first two seasons, really good. Good enough that it shouldn't have been canceled this early. Like, it's not perfect, it's not great, but like, it was a good show. Great. Am I turning into a dad stereotype? Good enough to get me to watch Kong Skull Island for the first time. Good, but kind of depressing. Surprisingly good. Had a fun time with this one. Watched it with my kids. We had fun. Also perfectly set because I haven't seen seasons 4 or 5 of Stranger Things. Good, and yes, I have turned into a dad stereotype. Alright, so let's get to Good Omens. I'm gonna spoil the heck out of it, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Anyways, alright, where do we start with this? Let's start with Jesus. So, up in heaven, Aziraphale is preparing for the second coming of Jesus. Jesus is up there. He doesn't quite remember everything, but he's about to get sent down. The guy that got to play Jesus did really good in this. Like, I honestly think this storyline could have benefited from an 8-episode season. Like, there was a lot more they could have done with the Jesus storyline in this that they just didn't because they didn't have the time. So that's a little disappointing. Anyways, Jesus is asking about Crowley because he doesn't quite remember everything and he thinks Crowley is an angel. They say he's on Earth and not to talk to him. Anyways, when everyone's not paying attention, Jesus just kind of slips out and goes to Earth. He finds Crowley drunk off his ass in an alleyway. Crowley is just muttering about finding the lady because he just lost a game of 3-card Monte. Jesus doesn't know what that means, but eventually he runs into this guy who knows the game and teaches it to Jesus, and the Jesus storyline culminates in being surrounded by a group of people at a 3-card Monte game, just like spreading, just like, well, doing what Jesus did, just like teaching and spreading the word, and he's doing the feed the masses with 2 fish thing, but with 2 slices of pizza. That's fun. And then him and everyone around him get wiped out of existence. Which brings us to our next plot point. The Book of Life. About the same time that Jesus disappears, the Book of Life disappears. Aziraphale goes down to try to find Jesus, and the Archangel Michael asks Muriel to try to find the Book of Life. There's an investigation going on. Anytime someone has any knowledge or anything they can say about what happened, they suddenly disappear from existence. Eventually, all the characters just realize Michael asked Muriel to find the Book of Life. It was definitely Michael then, because Muriel was never going to find it. So they find out, they realize Michael's going to go to the Eternal Flame up in heaven. They chase her down, and she throws the whole book in, although Crowley's able to save 1 page. Just 1 page. Yeah, I also think this could have benefited from the 8-episode season. They solved the mystery very quickly, and honestly, it's kind of humorous that everyone just realizes, wait, why would she ask Muriel to look for it? Muriel's a terrible investigator. Main story. So like I said, Aziraphale is trying... Actually, I'm not sure if I said this. Aziraphale is trying to get ready for the second coming, but try to get Jesus to do it in a way that doesn't bring about the end times. That's his ultimate goal. Jesus disappears, Aziraphale goes back down to Earth, finds Crowley, and is like, hey, help me find Jesus. It's kind of like in season 1, how it's like, hey, help me find the Antichrist. But yeah, Crowley, like I said, is drunk and in a alleyway because he lost his car gambling. So if Aziraphale gambles and gets the car back, and then they go looking for Jesus, they never actually find him. David Tennant and Michael Sheen are so good in the show together. They're whenever like they have a scene together, it's really good. Like, Crowley is just really mad because like he went to heaven and like they could have ran off together like John Hamm and that one demon did in the previous season. And Aziraphale's like, I could have made a difference. And Crowley's like, but you didn't. We're never going to. So anyways, that is their issue with it in this. And they both act it really well. Like I said, they deduce that Michael has the Book of Life. They chase her down to the Eternal Flame. Aziraphale just shows compassion and forgives Michael, which is then when she throws the book in, and then Crowley saves the bookstore. He saves one page and it's the bookstore. So then it's just Aziraphale, Crowley, and the bookstore. All of creation, that's it. Satan shows up, God shows up, they all hash it out. God is like, okay, I'll let you ask questions. You're like, why create a world and all this just for it to end? That is stupid. And God's like, it has to end. And they're like, well, that's just stupid. And then God says they can ask for one request, and Aziraphale asks for her to create the world again. Do it again, create the world, but this time, no God, no Satan, no angels, no demons. Just create the world and let people figure it out. She says, okay, I'll do that, but you realize that means you two can't live in this world. And they're like, that's okay, it is worth it. And everything vanishes and there's a new world. And then we see a human version of Crowley go into a bookstore and meet a human version of Aziraphale. And we see them meet and they like each other. And then we see them grow old together. And that is our brief but satisfying conclusion to Good Omens. I do think the story would have benefited from having an eight episode season. Could have done a lot more with the Jesus storyline and could have made a better investigation story with the Book of Life. But Crowley and Aziraphale were, I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing that right, but they were great. It's short and that's it's only one episode and that's disappointing, but it is a very satisfying ending. And those are my thoughts on Good Omens. Did you see it? What did you think about it? Let me know. You can find me on the line in the various places. I'll link everything in the description. And until next time,
live long and prosper.